So many people always say, I don't want to give my life to Christ because there's so many rules and restrictions. I just want to be free. I just want to have freedom to do whatever I want. But let me pose to you that you're not actually free. I heard this quote once. It says, sin feels like freedom until you try to stop. And what is the actual definition of freedom? I'm paraphrasing, but I believe the definition of freedom is the right to act or think or speak as one wants, which means basically to be able to do whatever you want, right? So let me pose to you a challenge. Just for 1 week, right? Just try and stop sinning, just for 1 week. Try and stop lying, try and stop stealing, masturbating, watching pornography, gossiping, fornicating, vaping, smoking, whatever it is. Just try and stop it. And then you actually realize that you actually don't have a choice in whether you want to do this thing or not. Because the Bible tells us that we are actually bound to the law of sin and death for those who are outside Christ, right? But of course, this is not to condemn anyone or judge anyone. At some point, whether you're a Christian now or not, we were all bound to the law of sin and death. But the tactic of the enemy is to make sin look like freedom. So now people are in sin and they're like, oh yeah, I'm free to do whatever I want. But you actually don't realize that you're actually bound by the law of sin and death. You're bound by the chains of the enemy. So the enemy lets you dangle a little bit, hold you like this, and it lets you go around and play. But the moment you actually decide that, I want to break free, then you realize that you actually don't have the choice to stop those activities that you're always doing. But of course, there is liberty and freedom in Christ Jesus.